Turns out I can't have my phone oriented that way. There we go. Hold on, everybody. There we go. All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Buffalo Live. I'm your host, Kyle. You are joining me live today as I react to the 2024 Buffalo Bills schedule. Just got done with a church thing. We get home, put the kid to bed, and I ask my wife, I said, honey, I didn't say honey because we don't call each other honey, but I said, Lauren, can I take 20 minutes and react to this schedule live on YouTube? And she said, sure. So here I am. We are reacting to this schedule live. I have not seen this. The only thing I've seen out of this schedule is the first 3 games. So I'll be honest about that. I have seen those, but other than that, I have not seen anything else. So we are going to react to that right now. So I got my laptop here, and I'm going to go to buffalobills.com, and we are going to react to it. Before I do that, though, I do want to share my wish list that I posted on the YouTube channel earlier today, because this is what I was hoping for when this is what I was hoping that the schedule would have, and so I'm going to read these out real quickly. Number 1 was tough games dispersed throughout the season, right? I think that's a wish that everyone kind of has, right? The reason that I say this is because anytime you have a tough game, you lose a game, even if you're not a football team, let's say you're an organization, a business, right? You want to kind of take those lessons in stride, right? Usually when you lose a football game, you have a lot of lessons to learn. So if I'm Sean McDermott, if I'm Brandon Beane, I would prefer to have these tough games that I know surely we're going to have some lessons learned, dispersed throughout the season. I don't want them all clumped up together. I don't want them all at the beginning of the season, right? So those tough games include teams, for example, the Miami Dolphins, the Kansas City Chiefs, Baltimore Ravens, Detroit Lions, Houston Texans, and the San Francisco 49ers. In my opinion, those are the best teams. Those are the teams that I guarantee the Bills will walk away from those games having some things to take back and learn from. So that's wish number 1, is having those tough games dispersed throughout the season. Number 2 is no holiday games. You might feel differently if you're watching this. I am not someone who wants to watch the Bills on a holiday because I want to enjoy the holiday. Usually when I'm watching the Bills, I'm stressed out and kind of nervous all day. So maybe you're different. Maybe you're like, yeah, let's watch the Bills on Christmas, watch the Bills on Thanksgiving. That's personally not me, but to each their own. Third wish for this schedule, a late bye week. Okay, the bye weeks range anywhere from week 5 to week 14. Last season, the Bills had a bye week on the 13th week, so fairly late. I'm hoping for a bye week of at least week 8 or 9, and the reason I say that is because, man, if you're a team that's contending for the playoffs, I know that I would want that rest later in the season as opposed to earlier, because I know I'm playing longer into the season. That's at least my hope. So that's what I'm hoping for. Another wish is to play the Dolphins at Orchard Park later in the season, because the Dolphins have proven they're not so great at playing in cold weather. I mean, they've definitely given the Bills a run for money. I think it was last season, or maybe it was the season before, there was a snow game in Orchard Park, and the Dolphins played pretty well, but they just haven't been able to win in cold weather. Didn't win against Kansas City in the wild card round last year in the playoffs, and that was the coldest game ever. So there's another wish. Second to last wish is to play San Francisco late in the season. I say that because I know they're a dangerous team. Yes, San Francisco is a city that's located in Northern California. I know it's cold in San Francisco. However, let's be honest, it's not as cold as Orchard Park, New York. I'm not a meteorologist. I don't know what the average low is for San Francisco weather in December, but I am fairly certain it's not as cold as upstate New York. So I would like to play the 49ers late in the season. Last wish, and this has already been accomplished, playing at Miami late in the season or at night. It was announced yesterday morning the Bills are playing at Miami Thursday Night Football on week 2. Okay? So check. That is done. The Bills will not need to play in the blistering hot Miami sun. Hooray. So that's my wish list. Now, let us get into the season. If you're just joining us, we are going at it right now. I have only seen the first 3 games. Other than that, I don't know what the schedule looks like. So I'm going to BuffaloBills.com, and I have the schedule right here. Okay, week 1, September 8th, 1 p.m. The Bills are playing the Arizona Cardinals at home. Now, first reaction there, Cardinals. Don't sleep on the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals might be pretty good this year. I think last year they obviously didn't have Kyler Murray for the majority of the season, but they still were competitive in those games that everyone thought they were going to get blown out the doors. So don't sleep on the Cardinals. I do think that if the Bills want to pick anyone for week 1, Cardinals aren't a bad choice. I think the Bills can take care of them week 1, but definitely a team that I would be mindful of, sleepy, like a sleeper team to upset the Bills. So there you go. Week 2, Thursday Night Football. We already mentioned this. At Miami, I love this. I love playing Miami early. I love playing them at night when it's not going to be 95 degrees. Now, it's still going to be hot in Miami, right? September, but it's not going to be a 1 p.m. game where the Bills are on the sideline in the sunlight where feels like they put a magnifying glass over that sideline. So thank you, NFL, for scheduling the Bills to play the Dolphins at night. Yes, sir. Love it. All right, week 3. Week 3 is a home game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. That is Monday Night Football. Okay, so the Bills are playing Monday Night Football, week 3, against the Jaguars. Guys, I'm going to be honest, I want to destroy the Jaguars. I was upset when the Bills lost the way they did in London. I was upset that they got a week before, to play in London prior. And I just think they were a very beatable team. And the Bills, they screwed up last season playing them. Daquan Jones goes out early and Matt Milano goes out early. And it was such a weird game. I would love to destroy the Jaguars this year. So love that we're playing them at home, giving them a taste of their own medicine. Monday Night Football, everyone's going to see that. Love it. All right, now here's the part of the schedule I am not familiar with at all. Week 4, at Baltimore. The number 1 AFC seed last year, the Baltimore Ravens, playing them on Sunday Night Football, week 4. That's 3 back-to-back-to-back primetime games to start the first 4 weeks of the season. Wow. So playing the Ravens and Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry at Baltimore, week 4. And I don't know. I don't have a problem with that after the Jaguars. What I do have a problem with is I see the next game, which is at the Houston Texans. 1 p.m. game, week 5. The reason I don't like that is because you've got now 2 tough teams that you're playing back-to-back in the Ravens and the Houston Texans. And also, I wanted to bring these with me on the stream. So here I have, this is a toy my aunt got my daughter for Christmas, I think it was. I have Sean McDermott here. I have Josh Allen. And if you look closely, you can see his legs were chewed up by my dog. Very upset about that. And then who else do I have? This guy. Who is this guy, right? I don't like this one. Don't like this one, but I still have him. Not going to throw him away, But, guys, we need to beat the Texans. We need to blow the doors off the Texans. At the very least, we need to hold Stephon Diggs to 40 yards. That would be amazing. But, yeah, don't like that being played right after the Ravens. It is interesting that they didn't make this a primetime game. So the NFL saw this and thought, Stephon Diggs, Buffalo Bills storyline, not big enough for us to warrant a primetime game. So I'm fine with that, honestly. I am truly fine with that. Let the storyline just kind of disappear, and let's just play a football game against the Houston Texans, and let's beat them. So week 4 Ravens, week 5 Texans. Wow, a third game on the road at the Meadowlands against the New York Jets. Monday Night Football. Wow, so in the first 6 weeks, you've got 4 primetime games. That is insane. That is insane. Makes me wonder how many other primetime games are on this schedule. At New York, so now you have your second AFC East game there. Week 6 against Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets. Monday Night Football. And so last time Bills played the Jets at New York, it was a primetime game. Thursday Night Football, Aaron Rodgers out for the season. So this next time they play each other in New York will also be primetime, week 6, Monday Night Football. Wow. The Jets are going to be interesting. I think it all rides on Aaron Rodgers, right? What are we going to see at Aaron Rodgers, 40 years old? If he can play at that MVP caliber that he had when he was leaving Green Bay, then this is a scary, scary team. So, week 7, Tennessee Titans at home, 1 p.m. Sorry to all my Titans fans, friends. I got a few of them living in Tennessee naturally, but I don't think the Titans are going to be that good. Now, don't get me wrong. I love their wide receiver core. You got Tyler Boyd, DeAndre Hopkins, and Calvin Ridley. I still think Will Levis needs some time to develop, though. And what kind of defense do they have? What kind of run game are they going to have? I mean, I don't know. I think they'll be okay, but I don't think they're going to win the AFC South. And I think you're kidding yourself if you're a Titans fan and you think the same thing, especially with those Houston Texans there. So Titans fans, Titans will be playing them week 7, 1 p.m. game back in Orchard Park. That's after 3 back-to-back-to-back road games. So, all right. There you go. Back on the road for week 8 at Seattle. 4 o'clock game. Week 8. All right. So the Bills fly out west to play the Seahawks. I mean, not super scared of the Seahawks. They also have a good wide receiver core. DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, JSN. Would they get Quinyon Mitchell in the first round, I think, of the draft? So they got a good cornerback there. But I don't know. I'm not particularly scared of them. Between all the NFC West teams, for sure, that they're not very scary to me. Week 9. All right, the Bills are going to play Miami Dolphins at home November 3rd. All right, so now the weather's starting to get chilly in Orchard Park, if it didn't already for the Titans in week 7. But now, Dolphins come to week 9. Hopefully a cold front is coming through Buffalo then, and we can kind of freeze these Dolphins out week 9. 1 p.m. game. So there you go. You get rid of the Dolphins by week 9 of this season. Last year, I think they were also the very last game of the season. That's right. Yeah, they were week 17 or whatever it was. So this year, you get rid of the Dolphins by midway through the season. All right. Going on to week 10 at Indianapolis, November 10th, 1 p.m. Indoor game. Colts. What kind of Colts are we going to see? What kind of Anthony Richardson are we going to see? Is he a great quarterback? Does he still need time to develop? They feel like a dangerous team, but again, similarly to, the Jets, it all kind of falls on the quarterback. The Titans, it all kind of falls like, what kind of quarterback are we going to see in Anthony Richardson? Week 11, here we go. Chiefs week. At home, Orchard Park. No more Arrowhead. Playing the Chiefs at home from now on. Week 11, November 17th, 4:25 p.m. Hopefully it's nice and chilly for these Kansas City Chiefs. And 4 o'clock game too, so you're kind of in that, not prime time, but, semi-prime time for the whole world to watch on CBS. Probably get some Jim Nantz and Tony Romo, right? So let's see it, man. Let's see it. I would love a Bills victory here. Cement that tiebreaker, right? The Bills got that tiebreaker last season over the Chiefs and the Dolphins. They all had the same record, 11-6, but the Bills had beaten the Dolphins twice, and they beat the Chiefs in the regular season. So we need that tiebreaker again, most likely. Let's beat the Chiefs week 11. Week 12, all right, bye week. We got a bye week later in the season. I love that. Love resting late in the season. I don't want no bye week in the earlier part of the season. And right after the Chiefs and right before the San Francisco 49ers. Love that. Love that. Playing the 49ers at home, Sunday Night Football. So now we are up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 primetime games. They had 6 last year, I believe. So playing the 49ers on primetime, the NFC champions, right after you play the AFC champions. Wow. Love that. And again, glad this is another thing off my wish list, playing San Francisco late. Hopefully, again, we have another cold front, and it's, lake effect snow type of thing. Those Californians have not experienced that. Would love for that to take place. Week 13 against the 49ers. Week 14 at the Los Angeles Rams, 4 o'clock window again. So you get the LA Rams right after 49ers. LA Rams are no team to sneeze at, right? Went to the wild card round last year. Lost to the Detroit Lions in a close one. Lions had a good team last year as well. So don't sleep on them. Week 15, still on the road here. You go to Detroit, play the Lions again in the 4 o'clock window. Lots of 4 o'clock window games. Lions are a dangerous team. Lions are one of the best teams in the NFL right now. You play them right after the Rams on the road. That is going to be a tough one. That's going to be a very tough one. And that's going to be one that I wouldn't mind if the Bills dropped, right? It's an NFC game, not an AFC game. So if you're going to lose one, lose it to the Lions on the road. Excuse me. Week 16, December 22nd. All right, Christmas week, you're playing the Patriots at home. So now we have a stretch, I see, of AFC East games. Playing the Patriots at home, week 16. So at this point, let's be honest, Drake May has probably started a few games at this point, if he hasn't started in week 1 already. I mean, I don't think the Patriots will do that, but probably starting. You're playing against Drake May, week 16 at home against the Patriots. 1 o'clock game because the NFL doesn't care about the Patriots anymore, and neither do I. But I say that. We lost a game to them last year. So let's not do that this time. Let's take the Patriots seriously. Let's not have Ramondre Stevenson run all over us. No fourth quarter game-winning drives by a Mac Jones traded back to the Patriots halfway through the season. Let's not have that happen. So you're playing the Patriots at home, and then you get another home game right after that. Week 17, 1 o'clock game, December 29th against the Jets. All right, so you played the Jets way back in week 6 in Monday Night Football. Now you're playing them week 17, 1 o'clock window. So by this point, the Jets are either, I think, going to be contending for a playoff spot, or they're going to be, 6-10. That's my guess. Again, it all depends on what kind of Aaron Rodgers do we see. So, all right, you get the Jets in week 17 at home, and then you close out the season with a Patriots game. Guys, by this point, hopefully the Bills have won 13 games, and Josh Allen can end his streak of consecutive games started. We can play Mitch Trubisky because we've got the number 1 seed locked. Go out there, Mitch. Go beat the Patriots for us at New England. So that is the schedule. First reactions. Again, what I see here, I like where the bye week is positioned, right? Between Kansas City and San Francisco. So the Bills have 3 weeks there to take on the Chiefs, rest at home in Orchard Park, and then get ready to take on the 49ers. That's a great advantage over a team you really want to beat. I'd prefer those to kind of be flip-flopped, to be honest, because if you're going to drop either a 49ers or a Chiefs game, you prefer it to be the 49ers since they're NFC. But the hardest part of this schedule to me, factoring in the bye week, love the bye week. The hardest part is week 4 and week 5, isn't it? You get your number 1 AFC seed last year in the Baltimore Ravens, and then you get a young, threatening team in the Houston Texans, both on the road. So, and you've got a rest disadvantage. Probably. I haven't seen the Texans schedule. I'm just assuming you've got a rest disadvantage because you're playing late Sunday night, so you got to travel Monday. That's going to be tough. So, really worried about that Houston Texans game. I do not want to get embarrassed by Stephon Diggs. Beyond that, where's the easy part of the schedule? Easy part of the schedule. I don't want to say Titans Seahawks. Is it Titans Seahawks? Week 7 and 8. Week 16, 17. That's Patriots, Jets. I mean, no. It's got to be at home versus the Titans, and then at Seattle against the Seahawks. But I think you can say that this is another one of my wishes crossed off. I think the hard games are evenly distributed throughout the season, so I appreciate that. I like that. So that'll do it, guys. I'm sure we're all going to be looking at this schedule, dissecting it. I really love that guy. Warren Sharp does a great job of analyzing what kind of rest advantages and disadvantages each team has with these schedules the NFL gives them, so I can't wait to dig into that. But what do you think? What do you think about this schedule? Where's the hardest part of it? Where's the easiest part of it? Did you get your wish list fulfilled? Did you not get your wish list fulfilled? I don't see any holiday games, right? November, do we have a Thanksgiving game? No, that's a bye week. So we don't have any holiday games. Fine by me. What do you think? Let us know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. This is Buffalo Live. I'm your host, Kyle. Thank you. And we will see you next time.